Oi, tudo bem? Welcome to lesson 6. Can you answer these questions? Tudo bem? Qual é o seu nome? De onde você é? Você fala português? Você estuda português? O que você fez hoje? O que você está fazendo agora? O que você vai fazer depois? You should be able to answer them, and if you're unsure about any, feel free to review. But anyway, welcome to lesson 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right? Later on, 7, 8, 9, 10. But yeah, lição 6 today. So, going to start with the word I, which is eu. Eu means I. So you could say eu falo português, for I speak Portuguese. Eu falo português. But you don't need to necessarily say eu, as we've already seen. You can just say falo português. The eu is not necessary, but I'm going to give you these words anyway. Você, you. These aren't things you necessarily have to memorize like flashcards right now. Like I'm just kind of pointing things out. Ele means he. All right, so just wanted to give you the the pronouns. Sorry, Ele, Ella is he and she. All right. And there's noise. Kind of sounds like noise. It's like noise. Noise is we. Vocês is you, plural. So you, more than one person. You all, y'all, you guys. And then there is they. So Ellie's would be they, if there's men and women, boys, girls, male, female. Ella's if it's all female. So just point that out real quick. Today though, the main thing I want to look at this verb estar. And we've used estar already. I mean, we used estar last lesson. Like, what are you doing? Translate that as to be. I start for to be. So esto, for example, is like I am, right? And it's like like I said, we saw this. Estou falando. I'm speaking Portuguese. Rejoice in that idea. Estou falando português now, right? However you want to build your sentence. You know you're free to build sentences however you like. Estou falando português agora, okay? Second person, okay? So again, we're just following, it's the same format. I, you, it's like first person, second person, third person. First person plural, second person plural, third person plural. Okay, that's kind of the orientation. So estou falando português agora. Você está falando português agora. Now this could be a statement or it can be a question. You can say você está falando português agora, or you could ask, are you speaking Portuguese right now? Você está falando português agora? Right? And just phrase it like a question. He or she, remember Ellie, Ella. Ellie or Ella está, so it's also está there. He or she is Speaking Portuguese, ela está falando português. Agora. So it could be a statement, it can be a question, it can be an exclamation. For we are, you just say estamos. Right, so again, mentioning the ele or the ella, mentioning the noise in front of the verb is optional. Please notice that it's optional. There's noise estamos falando português. Agora, that's good. You can say noise estamos falando, but you don't really have to say the noise, because when you say estamos, we know it's we are, okay? So what language are you guys speaking? Vocês estão. There's a nasal sound here. Vocês estão, you plural are. Vocês estão falando português agora? And you say, sim, estamos falando português agora. So that's how that works. Eles e elas estão as well. So there's your first real sort of like complete conjugation run through. Okay, so often language classes, as you may know, you might know already, focus a lot on verb conjugation. That's one of the notoriously bland things about language learning, is sitting in a classroom going esto, está, estamos, estão, estão, and just running through through verbs, conjugating Latin verbs or something. And so what I'm trying to say with that is, instead of it being like a dry exercise, see how it can light up your imagination. Imagine the conversations and the things that can be said in conversation that that come about with the use of estar, because it's estou falando português agora, estou estudando português agora, right? Using the verbs falar and estudar. Cozinhando. Just gonna add a few random. Cozinhando is cooking, right? So, hey, what are you up to right now? Oh, I'm cooking. I don't know. Pretend someone gave you a call and said, hey, o que você está fazendo agora? You use the verb cozinhar. Cozinhar, to cook. Cozinhando. Remember that ending? Cozinhando. Estou cozinhando. Not Portuguese. Estou cozinhando. Cooking rice or something. I don't know. Estou cozinhando arroz. Or just cooking in general. I'm cooking. Estou cozinhando. What are some other? I'm trying to think of some other verbs. Caminhando is to walk. I'm walking right now. I don't know. Estou. Estou. Cantando means singing. Tocando violão means playing the guitar. Tocando violão. So just see what we're, I'm just trying to give random verbs here. Cantar, tocar, dancing or something. Dançando, a music theme here. Dançando comes from dançar, right? So we're gonna look at more and more of these verbs too later, by the way, those infinitive verbs, right? These are verbs in their infinitive form, meaning to do this, to cook. It's the starting point, cantar, to sing, tocar, right? Then from there apply your endings, cozinhando. Okay, so that's the formula. Estou, estar, estou. So that sounds tocando violão, and so on and so forth. A lot of combinations, just mixing and matching, that you can come up with, right? Okay, so a little more on estar. I like that past, present, and future timeline. So what we can do here is go estou, Está, está, estamos, estão, estão. So, again, I, you, he, she. Just for make sure. You, plural. They. Just 100% make sure that you've got that guide. Okay, I, just like that. We, estamos, and so on and so forth. Right down the middle, present tense, okay? Now, there is estava. Estava. It's like all estava, almost. Estábamos. Because there's going to be a that there. So, estavam. Yeah. Okay. So that's just that past tense. I was or I used to be. It's like, so estava. I was speaking Portuguese a few minutes ago. Okay. So estava falando português. Estava cozinhando. It's like you're telling a story. So I was cooking when the phone rang. My friend said, "What are you doing?" O que você está fazendo? I said, eu falei, estou cozinhando. Okay. Right? And then this is really nice to know. Vou estar. Você vai estar. Ela vai estar. Vamos estar. Vão estar. There's your future. So we got past, present, and future. I'm just going to make it nice and big and bold. All right, so I'm going to be speaking Portuguese. Vou estar falando português, because I'm going to be in Brazil next month. Com fé em Deus. E vou estar falando português. And I'm going to be, have some time off, so I'm going to be studying. I'm going to be. Vou estar estudando. Vou estar cozinhando, vou estar comendo. Give me a call in a minute. I'll be out and walking, and we can talk. Vou estar caminhando. Okay? Vai estar, vamos estar, right? We're going to be speaking Portuguese. We're going to be speaking a lot of Portuguese, you and me. Você e eu. Vamos estar falando muito português. Ok? Tá bom? Tá bom is like it's like you're saying está bom. You're using the word está, but they cut off está and just say tá bom. So instead of saying está bom, it's good, you say tá bom, good, it's good. Okay. Tá bom? And you say it is. Okay. You just say tá. All right. So when I say tá bom, you say tá. Tá bom? Tá. Muito bom. Muito bom. Okay. Yeah. So that verb to be. More or less looks like that. And works for like the location that you're in. So, for example, if you wanted to say I'm at home, you'd say estou em casa. If you're in Brazil right now, say estou no Brasil. Estou no Brasil. If you were in Brazil, estava no Brasil. I'm going to be in Brazil. Vou estar no Brasil. All right. Em o trabalho is in the work. So if I'm at work, but instead of saying ang o, it literally means in the work. Instead of saying ang o so those two combine and become no trabalho, just like do. Excuse me, do Brasil we had, or now no Brasil, location no trabalho. So estou no trabalho, okay? Where are you? Onde. Onde means where. We'll see all of we should see all of the question words all at once soon, but you know some question words. Onde is where. So how would you say where? are you? See how you just match that? So, onde você está right now? Like, agora. Onde você está agora? Okay, so you give me a call and say, hey, what are you doing? Where are you at? Oi, tudo bem? Tudo, e com você? Tudo ótimo. O que você está fazendo? Doing. Okay, what? What are you doing? O que você está fazendo agora? And I say, estou estudando. Onde você está? Estou em casa. Okay? That's how that verb estar works, okay? It also deals with your mood or how you're doing or how you're feeling. So it's it's what you're doing and it's where you are and it's your mood. Like if you're doing well, you say estou bem. Right? Estou happy. Estou feliz. Very happy. Muito feliz. Okay? Estou this. If one day, God forbid, you felt sad, it would be estou triste. A little sad, pouco triste. Estou com saudade means I am with like almost like a nostalgia. I'm missing. Saudade is like a feeling of missing. Estou com saudade. I'm with nostalgia and saudade of you. Com saudade de você. Estou com saudade de você. A few others. Com fome means with hunger. That's literally how you say I'm hungry. You say I am with hunger. Estou com fome. Right? You could ask a person, are you with hunger? Você está com fome? Você está com fome? You say, sim, estou com fome. Com sede is with thirst. So the literal way to say I'm thirsty, I'm with thirst. Estou com sede. And then last one is going to be estou com. Okay, I'll come back to that. Estou com sono. There we go. Estou com sono. I am with sleepiness, like the urge to sleep. So I'm sleepy. You say estou com sono. Okay. So you can see how you gotta think of things differently, or rather, you phrase things differently between the language. So we can't just say I'm sleepy. It's like I'm with sleepiness. It's not I'm hungry. It's I'm with hunger. Okay. So estou this, estou that. There's a lot of combinations on this page. There's a lot of possibilities, a lot of things that you can do, especially when you combine them with everything else that we've done so far. A lot of conversational possibilities. So just rounding this out, it's the verb estar today. Works with your location. Tell me where you are. Works with your mood or how you're doing and how you're feeling. With words like that. And then it also, as we started with this, it works with what you're doing. So I'm speaking. Estou falando português. Those are our go-to verbs always. Estou falando português. Estou estudando português. And then all of those other ones that we built and developed up there, right? And there will be more. We'll look at, and also anytime if you're curious about a Portuguese verb, you can definitely just feel free to look it up, and you'll be able to find it. You'll find it probably in its infinitive form. So be, have, go, do, see, hear, walk, run, sit, stand, put, take away, put on, put up, so on and so forth. And yeah, we'll develop those. There's a really good book called 501 Portuguese Verbs, which, if you feel like getting something, I actually pretty strongly recommend at some point getting this book. Personally, I like to have it in hand. I guess you could probably find a similar thing online, but one way or another, it'll show you verbs, and it'll show you it in all of their forms, past, present, and future, and everything like that. So yeah, that's today. Estar, right? Super important. Everywhere you are, every way you feel, everything you're doing, it's all about estar. Okay, so there's the conjugation. We opened up like a complete conjugation table that'll help us to fit verbs into. Then you take those verbs and you put those verbs into conversation. That's what this is all about, as you know. It's expressing yourself and communicating. All right, so I would practice coming up with dialogue, sentences, thinking this way as you're walking down the street. Think about what you're doing. Think about how you feel. Think about where you are. Start thinking in Portuguese, using these verbs and vocabulary to mix and match in your mind. And all of a sudden you're thinking, looking around and thinking in Portuguese. Okay, so yeah, we will continue next time. Have fun with this, and I'll see you next time. Até logo. Until later. Até logo. Até logo. Ciao.